When you studied the film today, what went wrong for you guys yesterday? What were two or three areas that you guys looked at and said we got to fix this?
And we all just got to get on the same page, man, about what we're doing and just being fine tuned, just being connected, connecting the dots, taking the coaching and bringing it to the field.
Recording in
We all just
progress.
got to make sure that we're on the same page and we know exactly what to do out there. We know exactly what the game plan is going into the week and making sure that all the questions are being asked leading into the game and, making it as clear as possible.
Jarrad, obviously you haven't been out there for the majority of the season, but from your perspective, when you watch the film and obviously in the past few weeks, one aspect you guys have struggled in is defending the play action game. So what do you think has been an issue when teams hit you guys with play action?
They hit us with play action. There's a number of things, man. I mean, it comes down to if we're playing man, we got examples of not having our eyes on our coverage, and that puts us behind a lot. So there's a lot of plays that'll happen where, we'll be close, but we're not in the right position we need to be to break the ball up or, capitalize and cause a turnover. And it's kind of the same thing in zone. A lot of times we're flowing fast. We know our jobs. It's not a question of knowing what to do. It's just a matter of just being aware, being more aware that this is the situation in the game. This is what this team likes to do. They're going to get us moving fast because, we're an attacking defense. And then, they're going to try to sneak something out the back door on us. And a lot of times it just comes down to us understanding, okay, this team has either A, ran the ball, or B, they're just trying to set something up for later on in the game. So they're going to try to sprinkle in the play action right now. So it's a matter of just being on the same page and communicating across the board the looks that we see and just get everybody hyper tuned in to what they need to do for that play.
Jarrad, you guys kind of have to remind yourselves that that Bengals game was only a couple weeks ago. Like you guys were riding high after that game. You played a good game, and then these last two haven't gone the way you wanted. It feels like the NFL. It's so high and then so low. Do you kind of have to say okay, we know we can do this from a few weeks ago?
I mean, I think it's something that we always known that we can do, but we just got to make sure that we just don't. When things go good, you don't relax, and when they go bad, equally the same. Like you don't just bury yourself in denial and doubt and everything like that. You just got to make sure that you stay locked in, you stay focused. I kind of had to reiterate that to myself, just say, hey man, things are going to go bad. Things are going to go really good, but I have to respond to them the same way. And I had a conversation with my dad about that, and just knowing that, hey, a win is a win and a loss is a loss, but I'm going to respond to them the same way. And I'm going to come back and prepare and work and get better throughout the week, regardless of the result. Because each and every day it's an opportunity to step out there on the field. Do we want to win? Heck yeah. No doubt. We're not even questioning that. We don't show up and go through OTAs training camp and put the time in that we do training on our own time to come out here and just lose every week, but at the same time, it's a matter of learning how to process that energy, process all that negativity, positivity, whatever it may be. It's all energy and just putting it towards the goal. And every week is to go out and execute and practice and to bring your best on Sundays because you know that you put the work in throughout the week.
Jarrad, you guys are in the midst of a 4-game stretch that is among the worst in NFL history. So doesn't someone behind the scenes have to flip over a table or punch a wall or start screaming or do something to, rattle the cages a little bit?
Definitely. Those are definitely modes of getting people's attention for sure. You know what I mean? I understand. But at the end of the day, it comes down to, I think what you're asking and what you're saying is something that we really are getting after right now. It's just a matter of holding each other accountable and just getting to the bottom of it, regardless. It doesn't take all that to just sit here and ask the man next to you, coach to coach, player to player, player to coach, et cetera. It doesn't take that much to say, hey, man, look, this is a hard question to ask, but what is it? What do I need to do? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? Just asking those questions and just getting on the same page, taking the time to really work this out. This thing is hard. It's challenging, to come out here and practice and prepare and to be locked in all day long and get every little detail. But it's like that's why it's called a team. Like, you got to lean on the guys next to you. You got to make sure that you're saying, hey, look, I didn't get this, or did you see this? And am I seeing this the right way? Like, just being, having enough ownership to say, hey, man, like, this is a little confusing. I know you might look at me sideways for saying this might be confusing to me. It might seem so simple to you, but I need you to break this down even more. I need you to dive a little bit deeper, and just taking the time for yourself to check yourself on every little piece. Because when you go out there on Sunday, those things that you're unsure about are going to show up.
Jarrad, just as a follow to Rich's question, I'm just wondering what when you guys get back in the locker room after yesterday's game, are guys ticked off and pissed off? And I know Foley had a word with everybody and stuff, but what is the vibe in there? Because obviously, as you know, the Jet fans are pretty ticked off. So I'm just kind of curious. I know you're trying to keep level-headed about it and just get better. But I mean, I just wonder what the vibe was in there last night.
No, I mean, I think that definitely goes without saying. Like, I feel like that's something that should totally be understood, And it's one thing to be pissed off, to be mad, but it's another thing to go and do something about that, And it's like right now we're all trying to make sure that we're not just doing what we think we should be doing, but we're doing what's actually going to help us get back in the winning column and win games on a consistent basis. It's a matter of, hey, I'm frustrated. I don't know what to do, but it's like we know what to do. We got to work. And some things that we have been doing as players have not been working. So as players, we need to all sit down and come together, and we need to look in the mirror individually and just check every little thing that we're doing, fine tune your routine. All these little things that you do every single day carry over into the person that you are, which is going to carry over into the player that you are. So we just got to be smarter, man, and just take that time to become more aware and just more in tune with what it is that we're doing that's working and what it is that we're doing that's wasting our time.
I know Coach Salas is a very supportive guy and very level-headed, but does he get angry behind the scenes at all? Have you seen, what kind of fire have you seen from him, behind closed doors?
I mean, from day one being here, Coach Salas, he is a very meek person, but that doesn't take away from the passion and the drive and the determination that he has. He doesn't need to be angry to let us know that it's important to him. Is he frustrated? Is he upset? Yes, we all are, we all are. But at the same time, it goes back to what I just said, we have to learn how to use that energy, learn how to use that frustration and to make something good. Because at the end of the day, with the hole that we're trying to dig ourselves out of, we beat ourselves up while we're trying to dig out that hole. It's just taken away from the time, the speed at which we can get out of the hole, So it's like, it's a give and take. It's a balance to this. And it's a matter of just making sure that everybody's on the same page. It's very tough. It's very tough. It's easy to be on top. It's super easy to be on top and in the front and going out every Sunday and winning. It's super easy. But the challenging part is when it's not going your way. And when it seems like nothing's working, and coming back the next day and showing up and being better than you were the day before when you just lost. So it's my take on it.
Do you ever question if winning is achievable with the group if you do the things that you just said that you guys need to do?
No, I don't question that. I don't question that. I don't know. I haven't won a lot of games in the NFL, so it's really hard. Sometimes for me personally, it seems like I almost don't know what it feels like, what a winning organization feels like, But at the end of the day, football is football, and a team sport is always going to be a team sport. And there have been certain things at certain levels that I've seen and that I've carried through from one to the next. And on those weeks when we do win, it feels very familiar. Sometimes it's a feeling that I haven't had. It's a feeling that I haven't had in a long time. So it's like I almost don't know how to pinpoint it. but it's a feeling that I know because I've been around it, you know, like I've been in it. Didn't win a lot of games at University of Florida, didn't win a lot of games in Detroit, won a lot of games in high school, but it's like through that time in high school in Florida and the wins that I've had in the league, like the preparation, the week that we had leading up to the games, like things were clicking in a way that they're supposed to click when you're in a winning organization. You know, I sometimes I feel like it's almost like I don't know the right word, but sometimes I feel like it's made so much of like this is what winning looks like, and it's like it's very familiar. It's going to look different for each organization, of course, but there's certain things that go into it, and it's hard to describe, but I felt it before, you know.